Welcome to Creator's Cut with Netta Brielle. How you doing?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to have you here. For the people who don't know, the multi-talented Netta Brielle back on Creator's Cut.
Yes.
We've done episodes together. I don't call anybody except for my real sister, my sister. But you are my sister, so thank you.
You are my sister. Yay. Thank you for having me, as always.
No problem. I want to welcome everybody who's joining us on YouTube. Get in those comments. You want to say hi, you want to shout out, let us know where you're checking in from. We're here to do it all, but we're also here to talk about the video. When did you shoot this one? Because this looks like it was a lot of work.
You know what? We shout out to Lyric, who I had this idea of wanting to capture like late 80s, early 90s, but like the video girls, you know? So I think of like Karen White and Pebbles and all these girls who were just beautiful and glamorous, but also fly. And so I really felt like the song put me in that place. So I wanted to kind of create that moment. And so I got with the director Lyric and we sat down and kind of like mapped out this whole thing. And we shot it in January, so at the top of the year, and it came out just the way I wanted it. I obviously wanted to have a car in it. I wanted people to feel like, I don't know if you remember like BET, they had those shows like Video Soul and stuff. That's more so like my sister's era, but like I always wanted to be like her, so I became like obsessed with that sound. And so I wanted the video to feel like you were looking at BET in like late 80s, early 90s.
Nice. Yes. Like I said, it came out beautifully. Like,
thank you.
The shots are incredible. Even the lighting is super good on this because you guys did a lot of dark shots, but the right things are illuminated. In the background, when you had the video playing in the background, what video was that for the people who don't know?
No question. So the sample is from Johnny Gill's There You Go, from the Boomerang soundtrack, right? And I'm a really big fan of like Johnny Gill, New Edition, just that whole era of music. So Lyric thought it would be dope to bring that My video, because she has like the red dress on and it just kind of like brings you back into that mood. And then if you also think about like soundtrack songs, like when there would be a video for a song, but then like the movie would be playing in the background of which soundtrack it was from. So like we wanted to really get in that space. So we stole some clips from Johnny Gill's My video. And I like want him to see it one day. So maybe I'm thinking about posting it and just like super tagging him in that part. But yeah, so we really wanted to capture that moment. And then some people didn't know what song that was sampled from. Like, and first of all, that song was done like 3 years ago. But that's one of the songs that people still play. So I was like, oh, this deserves a video. So that's kind of like why we brought it back. Some people think that it's new. So it's like,
you know, I always tell people, whenever you catch on, we're just happy to have you catch on.
Right. That's fine.
But for the people who know, it was nice to eventually see it because that was such a good song. So it's like, no, it needed a video. And I'm also a firm believer in like, it doesn't matter how long it takes to get the video, we still want it. So even if it's 3 years later, hey, give it to us. Like, let's really do it.
Exactly. And that song specifically, like Lex, shout out to Lex, Vaughn, there was certain DJs up at Cameo that was just playing that record without me asking. And you know firsthand that means there's something special about it.
Exactly.
So I felt like it deserved a visual. And I started to hear songs that were similar to that record. And I was like, oh, I think I better do a video. You know what I mean? So
yep, you gotta solidify it.
Yes,
exactly. No, we've been doing this. And then, of course, homage to Sheila E. in this one, which is super, super dope. What was that like for you?
I just wanted to do something else funky in the video that wasn't so typical. And I'm not like a crazy dope drum player. I can just pick up a little bit. So someone just showed me just how to do the basics of kind of like what that song was. And I just played and I was like, oh, this looks fly. Like, and it just came to mind, right? When I hit the director about it, she was like, I mean, we can, I don't know, like, so you're gonna play the drum, like, explain this to me. Like, she wasn't really getting it. And I don't think I was even really getting it yet, but I was like, it just seems like it's dope. So we tried it and it ended up coming out sick. But it really just came from an idea of like trying to throw something in there that would show another side of me, but then also would be like that you could truly remember. So yeah.
It came out super cool. That's crazy. You just picked it up and started doing it. Like, damn, okay. I call you multi-talented all the time, but we keep adding stuff to the resume.
Man, I was like, what can we do? We got to add some extras to it. Like, I need people to understand that I really do this for real. And it's
for you. She does not get the recognition. She works hard. She does this. She's, like I said, multi-talented, killing it for years and does not get the recognition. So I'm glad you guys are tuned in today to help us give her the recognition for real. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, but that was it. So I was like, what else can I throw in there that people would be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that was just kind of one of those things to kind of like try to separate me from what you normally see me do.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of things you don't normally do, but the new business venture, the Netta Beanies, featured in the video. Talk to us a little bit about the Netta Beanies and how important those are to you.
You know, people would always talk to me about merchandising like for the last several years. And there was nothing that I could really think of that I felt like would be a dope display of who I am. Like I would try to do t-shirts in there, sweatshirts, but I was like, no, I need something that stands out and really like speaks to who I am. And for me, like I wear hats a lot. Like when my hair is not done or I don't feel like doing it or I can't get to my stylist, I will throw on a beanie. And then I'll be like, let me just put some stuff on it to make it stand out, to make it look like. And I was like, really? I don't think people will buy them. And I went back and forth for several months. And then like one of my goals was to start getting really into merchandising. And so at the top of the year, I started selling them and like people were actually buying them and they had the nerve to be like selling out. And I was like, okay, like, so it's been really cool. And so I thought it would be dope to like have them in the video too. And so people can see me rock them and hopefully they want to rock them. And I've been seeing kids in them, adults in them, like it's just super fly. And I just didn't expect that.
Yes, go get your Netta Beanie right now.
Right now, they are available.
Yes, I think that's so cool too how you talked about, you know, you want to do merch, but so many people do kind of the same things. And it's like, okay, what can I do to really stand out? And I think there's kind of like a Bay aspect to it too. You know what I mean? Like we don't get snow, but we get enough cold weather to where it's like, you know, a beanie and a hoodie.
Yeah, we might do a beanie in the summertime. Like, because, yeah, that's true. The next thing I'm going to do is, so like I have a hoop earring on right now, right? And then I have a stud on. I'm going to do something like that next. So you'll have a hoop and some kind of cool earring. The reason why is because every time I buy hoops, I always lose one. And so then I'll be like, something got to go in there. And then I'll just put a stud in there or something. But then people will be like, where's your other earring? And I'll be like, oh, and they're like, oh, that's fine. Where'd you get those from? I just made it up because I didn't have an extra earring. And so I've been thinking about creating those next. So once we're back out the house into normal, look for those. I don't know what they're going to be called yet, but that's the next project.
Half part necessity, half part style icon. It's beautiful.
See, you always know how to just like say it as it should be.
That's what it really is. I'm like, I get you. I get this.
Yes.
That's super, super dope. What else do you want to tell us about this video?
Yes. So, people don't always see me in dresses, you know, and again, going back to like the Pebbles and Karen Whites and, you know, how they were just such beautiful, even in Vogue, how they would wear these tight fitted dresses, but they would still be giving you like a cool little 8 count. I really wanted you to feel that in this video. And even going back to the like Johnny Gill slip on your red dress thing. So my stylist was like, let's just do a red dress. And I'm like, ugh. But okay. And so for people to see me like in a dress and kind of in outside of that tomboy element was super cool too. And then also just my fascination for Mustangs. And we found a really cool one to just kind of like throw the cherry on top of the whole video. I am so obsessed with like, you know, the New Jack Swing era and just that 88 pocket to like 92. I love the music and I love the visuals. So I just really wanted this video to feel like that. So
you really did though. Like it's really a blast from the past. The homage is just so deeply rooted in it. Plus just all the different Bay landscapes and driving the Mustang through the Bay. Like you guys did such a great job. Yes. It's
like I love being from the Bay Area. It's so much deeply within me, and anything that I do, it's always going to be an element of that. Anything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
you talked a little bit about the super sexy scene in the sheets. How do you prepare for a scene like that?
You know what? I didn't. If I had to mentally prepare for it, I probably would not have executed. The director came up with this idea of having these sheer sheets, and really, again, going back to the women of that era, a lot of their videos would have all these floating things and they would be peeking through them. And she really came with that idea. I told her what I was looking for, and she just basically crafted it around what my idea was. And that was the last shot of the day. And we couldn't get the sheets to hang correctly. So it was kind of becoming like, is this going to work? But when she started filming it and we just kind of started using it.
No, I see you posting that one all the time. And people are like, oh, Netta, what are you doing?
Yes, it might be my favorite. It might be my favorite.
Absolutely gorgeous.
But you also know what? That was my first video in a couple years. I have not done a video in so long. And so it's so crazy how things align, or just like what time will like allow you to do, because while everybody's at home and they are kind of curious, like I have a new video for you and I haven't done a video in a long time. And so, but this might be one of my favorite videos that I've ever done because I'm just so obsessed with that moment of music.
No, it carried out perfectly. The thing is though, is you don't throw us video after video after video because your videos are so well put together. Like
really?
the 3 Times Crazy video is still one of the best videos to come out of the Bay Area ever.
Oh my gosh,
and now we add this one to the list. Like there's a difference between, and you know, I love everybody, but there's a difference between artists who just throw stuff at us all the time and you know, that's their business model. But then there's people who really take the time to create works of art and then give them to us. So this is just another work of art.
I appreciate you.
You know, I mean,
what are you working on right now? Let me tell you guys something. I always tell this story when we talk. I have been working with her, connecting with her since we were both in college.
Yeah,
and
babies.
And just to kind of see you always moving on to the next thing and always checking off lists of goals, like I don't know, I just always thought you were so super dope. Like you're just a special lady.
That's why you're my sister. Like that's one of the biggest things that we always kind of bonded off of, was just our work ethic and creating dope stuff and expressing ourselves in ways that are just unlike any other. So it's like, no, you get me. You understand the hustle.
Absolutely. You know, and then just when you have consistent people supporting you over time, especially with a career like mine that goes up and down, and it gets really great, then it gets really difficult, but then you always remember those set people that are there no matter what. And I cherish that, you know what I'm saying? And so you're definitely one of those people. Let's stop getting emotional because I feel it coming.
We do this every time we have like a love fest, but just know I appreciate you for supporting me, and it goes both ways. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Like,
we're like the most like mushy, unmushy women.
Exactly. Right. It literally.
And then SOE Music Group, thank you for joining us. They say, what's next? We talked about the earrings. What else is next for Netta Brielle?
I definitely want to do more visuals. I think I lost my lighting, but it's okay. You can still see me, can't you?
Yep, still
okay. I definitely want to do more visuals. Getting back in there and shooting that video just kind of like lit that thing in me again, that passion for just creating. So I definitely want to do a video for a newer record that I have called Wifey at Home.
Yes.
But it has to be special because the songs tell such a story. So I want to make sure the visual gives a great example of that. And then I also want to go back and shoot some videos for some older songs that I feel like when I look at the streaming numbers and stuff, they're still being listened to this moment. So I want to just give some people visuals for this stuff. So that's the next thing for me, visuals, once we can come back outside. You know what I've become obsessed with?
What?
TikTok.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, your TikTok, when you did the, what's that challenge called, where they use the brush?
Oh, the Don't Rush?
The Don't Rush on, you killed that shit. Check out Netta Brielle's TikTok. Oh
no, because I love like movie lines and acting like I'm in a movie, and like that has been a part of me since I was a kid. And they have all these great scenes on there. So I'd be like I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun. and doing all the dances. And then I thought the brush thing was cool because I was like, what can I do to be different? I don't really do my own hair. I don't really do my own makeup. Those are not my gifts. So I couldn't successfully do the Don't Rush challenge. So I was like, how about I just pretend like the brush don't work? Because it kind of don't work. So yeah, that was my thought process behind that.
No, I love this so much because there's so much honesty. Like, it was hilarious, but it was honest. Like, there's girls out here like me who can't do makeup. So it's
right.
like, why isn't this working?
Exactly. I was like, this is gonna be good. First, I was like, is this corny? So I tested it out on my TikTok first. And then when I was like, oh, okay, so people like it. So then I brought it to Instagram. And then that's how I did it.
No, I'm like, you're made for TikTok. Like, being able to dance and be goofy with movies and all that stuff. I'm like,
yes.
It's fun.
Yes, and you know what? I've been looking at some of the comments and people are like, we're happy that we finally get to see your personality. And I never really realized that I don't show it. But I guess I'm just so serious about the art and I don't know. So it gives me an opportunity to show another side of myself without saying, here's another side of myself, you know? So that's been cool.
Before we get out of here, anything else you want to tell the people? Shout outs, anything of that nature?
Well, I did an audition. Usually I don't be talking about stuff if I don't get it, because then I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I didn't get it. But I feel like I'm in this place where I'm like, I just want to be more free and not be so much inside of my head. So I did do an audition back in January to play Mary J. Blige on this Uptown series that's coming to BET. Now, I don't know if they've casted her or not, but that would have been or would be the dream opportunity for me because I am obsessed with Mary J. Blige. I feel like I could really connect with the role because we have a lot of similarities and I've grown up on her. And I was so juiced to even be able to do the audition. But that would be something that I really want. So I did want to talk about it so I could just keep putting it in the atmosphere.
No, the audition is also on your Instagram. Absolutely incredible. I'm thinking, as you were saying that, I'm like, we should just probably go on your Instagram and just at BET a million times. So that's what I'm going to do when I get off of here. Everybody, if you want to meet me on Netta's Instagram,
let's just we can them, okay?
Let's hit up BET. Because honestly, that would be, like you said, not only a dream role for you, but it would be a perfect role for you. So we got to put that into the air, make it happen, you know.
Yes, please.
BET about it. It's all good.
Yeah. Yes.
The other thing I was going to mention is, speaking of acting, you do have a part in an Apple TV show. Was it a TV show or a movie? I want to make sure I get it right.
It's a series.
Nice.
It's a series on Apple TV. It's called Amazing Stories. And I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with the original Amazing Stories by Steven Spielberg. It came out in 1984. And so they've recreated it. And so there's a different storyline each episode. And I was able to be in the episode called The Heat. That was actually written by one of my good friends from high school, Shanaka Hodge. And it was about something that happened here in Oakland. It was about a storyline based off of something that happened in the Bay Area. And she called me and was like, I have this opportunity. Could you come to Atlanta? And I'm like, I'm on my way. And so I went and did it. It was such a great experience. You can look at it now on Apple TV. It's episode 2, I believe, and it's called The Heat. And it's really, really dope. And a lot of us here from the Bay Area, just based on lives that we've lived, we can really relate to the storyline. So I was able to go in and sing one of my favorite songs that, come out of the Bay Area, which is Closer by Guapale. It's a classic. And we basically had to turn it into a funeral version. So it's very different, but also very familiar.
So much stuff for you to check out. Once you guys are done hanging out with us, you can go stream Netta's music on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that good stuff. The video is out now. You can stream that like crazy. You see there's a little icon on here that has her Instagram and her Twitter. Check out those as well. I think the final question I have is, it's kind of semantics, but it's the kind of stuff that's interesting to me. As far as the title and going from Hell Yeah to Bates to LA, what was the decision behind that and kind of the backstory to it?
That is a super dope question that I didn't even know if people would realize how I switched it around. I did, change it from Hell Yeah to from Bay to LA to Hell Yeah, because when people ask me about this record, when I'm out at a show or something, they'll be like, that song, Hell Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's how they connect with it. And I always hear it all the time. And so I was like, maybe I should do that because it just looks more, or it's more catchy. Like if you listen to the record and you hear that part in there, like that's the part that sticks. So I think I just kind of wanted to bring it out, and I just didn't want it to feel like just a Bay Area record or an LA record. Yeah. Like people all over the world like that song. I even had someone from Japan who has like an R&B site. I feel like it's called R&B Source. I may be making that up. But they compared that record to a lot of records that came out at that time, that they felt like it was gave the same feeling. You know what I mean? Like when you think about like LMA records and certain records that feel very current R&B, but then just has that that old school feel to it. Yep. And so the fact that it was somebody from Japan, and I don't know, it was just so dope that it wasn't just here in LA or just here in the Bay Area. So I don't know. I just wanted to make it feel more, what's the word?
Like broad, like mass appeal, like worldly.
There it is. I knew he was gonna get it. It was coming. I didn't think people would actually notice that, but of course, but would.
Yeah. No, but I think
that's a good question.
I love the story behind that though, because that's really listening to the listeners and being like, oh, okay, you guys resonate with this as Hell Yeah. The Hell Yeah is catchy from it. Okay, I'm going to do you guys a favor and put the Hell Yeah on the title too, so that it's easier for everybody to find. Like, it just works out. So it's like, that's really, because sometimes people get feedback from their listeners and like, oh, get irritated. Like, oh, why are you calling the song that? That's not the title. And it's like, no, really listening to them and be like, oh yeah, then hey, yeah, it's Hell Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I always say that I felt like that song was like the underdog of my catalog. I always say that. So that's why I wanted to go revisit it. I felt like it was one of those records that really just didn't get that attention that I felt like it should have. So I just wanted to go and unpack it again right quick. And so
we're getting it right now. I'm so excited to see how the people take in the video. Once again, go stream it once we're done. Check it out on all the streaming sites. Watch the video a bunch of times. It's so good. Before we get out of here, anything else you want to tell the people?
What are you working on right now?
See,
I always have to do that.
She throws it back to me all the time.
What are you working on right now?
Just the podcast. This is my second Sunday doing Creators Cut Live, so I want to keep this up. So next Sunday we'll be back. I'm gonna have another incredible artist on, so I'm excited about doing that.
Nice.
And then just keeping up with the podcast. Just making stuff here and there, doing my little thing. Nothing crazy.
When you have time, you have to teach me how to do the podcast. D-Nash was supposed to teach me, but he's like, he be faking.
He got a whole child.
He has a whole child.
A whole child.
Oh, did you see the picture of him with the beanie on?
No, I need to go check that out.
Oh, him so cute. So, anyway. But yes, okay.
No, whatever you need to be taught, I will teach you. Just hit me. It's all good. I tried to make it.
You heard her.
I tried to make it as easy as possible for you today. I think we succeeded. So
yes.
So I got you. I'm thankful. Got to give shout outs once again. D-Nash, David Johnson, SOE Music, G-Lo's in here. Thank you guys so much for joining us.